JMG.
It's High Thoughts, we all high.
Yo, welcome back to High Thoughts TV. Pico here again with another news update for y'all. Before we get started, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and even share the video. So if you haven't been paying attention, Boosie and Ralo have been exchanging words for the last couple of days in regards to his snitching allegations. It first stemmed from a tweet that Boosie put up a few days ago saying, "Damn Ralo, SMH." From there, it cycled into them going back and forth on Twitter, even to Boosie speaking on Ralo on The Breakfast Club. Let's hear what he had to say.
You know, I talked to Ralo. Like, Ralo was my partner, bro. Like, I had a good respect for that dude, bro. Like,
he be home soon, though, from what I heard from what I read.
Shit, I don't know. It looked like he talking, you know what I'm saying? So, I was looking at that shit, bro. I'm like...
Oh, no, I thought they said that wasn't... They said that wasn't true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, from the situation, like I told him, bro, I fuck with you, but I can't fuck with you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you spoke to him and told him that?
Yeah, I texted him.
Damn.
DM'd him.
And what'd he say?
He said I'm looking at it the wrong way and, you know, shit like that, because that hurt me with Ralo, because, you know, I fuck with dude, bro. I told him, man, I don't know who you think you talking to, bro. But I feel like I done lost another partner.
So from there, Ralo takes to Twitter and he starts to let Boosie have it. The tweets read, "Interview dude didn't even ask him nothing about me. That brother took it upon himself to speak on me. I would have never did no shit like that to him. Never. You always going on the internet and interviews gossiping about people. That shit lame. You don't know shit about me, rapping ass nigga. If I told, I would be cocky enough to say I did and every bitch still would have sucked my dick. I ain't trying to save face for none of you motherfuckers. Ralo ain't told on nobody." Boosie chimes in on Twitter, "You know what you did, nigga, and it's eating you up inside. Shake my head. It's never gonna leave you, nigga. The real know you a rat. It's official. Take your lick and tell the real niggas you sorry like you told your co-defendant you was sorry. What you think school would say about what you did, nigga? Ask yourself that question. Bitch, you a rat. You will always be known as one, for real, for real. Every time someone mention your name, they gonna play that phone call. Checkmate. You sorry, LOL. I had to make it juicy. LOL, apologize to all the real niggas you let down like you did to your co-defenders for telling on them. It's okay, you had the money, the world gon' forgive you." Ralo responds by saying, "It's eating me up cause I did all these years in prison and lame ass niggas like you calling a solid nigga a rat. Pussy ass nigga, if I would've told, I would be out with my daughter. I could've made it to the father and daughter dances. I lost all that shit staying solid to this pussy ass code. Why the fuck you putting trouble in the world in our business, hoe ass nigga? Set the welcome home Ralo fight up. I'ma beat your ass on God. Ralo, you being straight with money before you met me has nothing to do with what you have done. Every real street nigga know what's up. Like I told you in our text, you can run that shit on someone else. LOL, and you the one a lame ass nigga cooperating when all your niggas being solid. What you sorry for? You let us down and it's hurting you inside." Ralo responded by going at Boosie again and speaking on him moving to Atlanta and leaving his city behind. So this year, Boosie has been making it a point to make sure that he lets the world know that he's not fucking with any snitches. He's called out everyone from Tekashi 6ix9ine to Gunna, Ralo, Gangsta Williams, even his own partner T.I. The question is, do we need more figures like Boosie in the rap community? People who are gonna publicly make it known that they do not agree with snitching and they're not giving them any passes regardless of the circumstances and situations. Do y'all feel like Boosie's taking the correct approach at making it known that he's not sparing any snitches? Or do you feel like it's more of a clout move for internet conversation? Do you feel like it's selective politicking? Me personally, I don't care about it. Again, I'm not a street guy, but I feel like if someone hasn't snitched on me personally, what they've done in their personal life is their business. However, I know for ages, since Boosie's come home and maybe even before that, he's always been looked at one of those guys that artists will kind of cling to get that real street nigga verification, if I might say. Like, niggas will fuck with Boosie because they know that Boosie have walked that life. They know Boosie is validated in that life. So a lot of up and coming artists will see them get features or just surround themselves with the likes of Boosie for those certain reasons anyways. Me personally, I feel like what Boosie is doing isn't necessarily wrong, because you have to stand for what you believe in. And we need people to stand up for what they believe in, especially if it's not matching up as to what the rap culture is supposed to withhold. However, I feel like all of this is just another way for the internet to tear our own race of people down and our own culture. Whereas if someone is snitching, if the street guys believe that that's not acceptable and shouldn't be allowed within what we have going on in the hip hop community, then so be it. But there's a lot of gray area within it, and we see a lot of selective cancellation and a lot of selective participation as far as who they're gonna call a snitch and who's gonna be let make it. Not necessarily in Boosie's case, but as far as a whole culture. I feel like all of this, the snitch calling and pointing out, is pure entertainment, not just to our race, but to other races. We're the only race, I believe, that makes it a point to have to point a nigga out and say this is what they did or this is what they didn't do. Whereas, like I said, if I said if it is what we're gonna stand on and believe as a hip hop community, then I feel like there needs to be a full cohesiveness of this belief. So it's not just seeming like Boosie is attacking these guys. And if not, I feel like maybe we should leave well enough alone, because at the end of the day, we're all making ourselves look like fools to the people who really own the hip hop community, which, if we're being honest, is not the black race. I can't fault Boosie for standing on what he believes in. If this is what he's preached and he's gonna practice what he's preaching and continue to do so for as long as he's been in the game, I cannot have any problem with that, because he's shown that he's willing to go after his own family and friends in regards to snitching allegations and snitching. However, it still doesn't make it look good for us as a community and a race of people that we are having so much friction and clashing within, while we have all these other people come in and steal from our culture and don't have to pay any homage while we're at a war within ourselves. As I said earlier, I can't say that Boosie's being selective, because for the past 6 months to a year, we've seen him address anyone that he felt was snitching and not hold his tongue back for anyone. Which to me, which is not just entertainment for the internet, is showing that he's actually standing on his belief and he's not just pointing out this guy and letting the next guy make it. However, I don't want to see Boosie and Ralo fight, because I know they both mean so much to the rap community as well as their own communities and families. I feel like there's enough going on within our race and population to where we don't need to do any more of that. As I said earlier, hip hop is based on black culture. However, I feel like we need to take a step forward as far as taking ownership back, because a lot of things that play out within the rap world aren't even owned by us, aren't even controlled by us. And the things that we do control, I feel like we do more bringing each other down than we do uplifting the next person. However, if the hip hop community comes to the consensus that if somebody cooperates in the court of law, or if someone snitches against a co-defendant or gives some information, and that's something that they're not going to tolerate in the community, then that's just what it has to be. However, I feel like this tearing down each other is not doing any good for us. It's making us look like niggas. If I could just call it plain and simple, we look like niggas on the internet, and everyone's laughing at us. We're even laughing at ourselves. What do y'all think? Do y'all feel like we need more upstanding people in the community as far as Boosie to call out snitching and people that are doing wrong by the hip hop community? Or do you feel like these are some things that we need to take behind the scenes, and if we're gonna no longer associate or allow a person to prosper, then that just be that, rather than to tear down another fellow black person? Let me know how y'all feel down below in the comments, and if you agree with Boosie or if you disagree with Boosie. HighThoughtsTV, Pico signing out.